You're listening to Where You Live with Gene Sullivan.
Welcome back to Where You Live with Gene Sullivan. I'm broadcasting from the True North Painting Studios with the sounds of the theme song to The Munsters.
3 for 3.
That was one of my favorite shows as a kid.
Loved it when I saw it on Nick at Night. Loved it.
Herman Munster. I wanted to be Herman Munster. He was kind of a bumbling guy, but a good-hearted, big-hearted guy.
So you'd say the Munsters over the Addams Family?
Yeah, I liked the Munsters better as a kid than
Agreed.
the Addams Family.
Agreed.
As an adult, I like the quirkiness of and appreciate the Addams Family a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we're brought to you by True North Painting, also Extreme Exteriors and American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency. As an American family agent, Kim believes that there's so much more to insurance than the policy itself. It's about providing you with dependable protection and services. Kim believes that trust and credibility can't be demanded. It can only be earned by what you say and what you do. Give her a call at 651-482-1598 and tell her Gene sent you. We're going to go into our last story here of the day. And this is just to give you a quick legislative update in the state of Virginia. Sometimes people say, well, Gene, why don't you go through the update of what's happening in other legislatures in other states? That doesn't pertain to Minnesota. No, it doesn't. But bad legislation needs to be noted because I want all of my listeners to be well prepared. So when the same stupid sloppiness comes to our state, we know better to stand up than to allow some of the things to take place. Well, what took place in the 2014 legislature in the state of Virginia? Well, a number of things. One, they dealt with late fees. House Bill 566 passed. They wanted to impose a maximum late fee of 5% on any assessments that are 60 days or more past due, unless your declaration or rules, regulations provide otherwise. So, in other words, the state legislature is saying, you know what? We think we know what is the maximum you can charge as a late fee. Anything else is too egregious, is usury, and it doesn't make sense. And to me, I find this, I'm against this on several grounds. Number one, take a look at any credit cards. I wish state legislatures would do the same. If more than 5% of it for an HOA to charge as a late fee is just usurious, certainly the 29 to 35% that's charged by credit cards would be considered egregious as well by them. But the main reason that I'm not for this is because a lot of state legislatures don't understand and recognize and respect the idea of private contract law. Again, we're talking about a situation where nobody held a gun to anybody's head. Everybody read. And they were told in the state of Virginia, too, as well. They're given so many days a right of rescission to read the governing documents before they accept. And yet, even with that in place, people go ahead and they move in and they purchase a home in an HOA. I think they know what they're getting into. And part of the reason they may want to have more than a 5% late fee accrued is because they want to put an importance on the fact that they don't want to see other homeowners to be willy-nilly and to not make their payments on a timely manner. Because in an HOA, you're dealing with a corporation that's a nonprofit. They're not allowed to take in any more money than they're allowed to for their budget for the operating of that property. So it seems to me they need all 100% in just to be able to pay 100% of what they're supposed to. When you don't have 100% come in, now you don't have the money, and now there are people you have to turn and say, we can't pay you everything. Or now there are things that can't be done. And that's where you begin the process of an HOA going into a state of disrepair. and you have deferred maintenance that takes place. And once you have deferred maintenance, then you have an HOA a number of years later that's in a world of hurt when people are now having to be assessed thousands upon thousands of dollars in special and extra assessments in order to play catch up, all because they didn't hold the line from the very beginning. Well, there's so much more that took place here. Maybe we can cover that on another episode. It's time to leave. Have a great weekend, everybody. Look forward to having you here next Saturday on Where You Live.